All right, so red-white land destruction. Oh, is the desktop audio? Oh, crap. The audio for, I made a boo-boo. You guys don't hear the game audio at the moment, right? All right, do you hear the game audio now? Game audio should be good. All right, sorry. Comment for YouTube people watching in the future. I guess people watching on stream right now. I have the Twitch chat turned off on screen at the moment, and that's intentional. I'm getting some kind of frame rate drop when bits get cheered, and at first I thought it was my pop-up alert, but I disabled the bit pop-up alert and was still getting frame rate lag. So to try and debug that, I've disabled the on-screen chat because I think the bit lag might be coming from the on-screen chat. So I'm trying to just pin down where it's at. So I think I'm gonna run without the on-screen chat today to try and see if that frame rate drop still happens when people cheer bits. So at any rate, this is the white-red land destruction deck. We're trying a couple of different things today from the last couple times. I've got 4 copies of Revitalize in the main, cutting the seal-aways to the sideboard to see how that feels against the white-red, or the more aggressive decks in the format. We won't have a recorded record of our Twitch days. Yep, Stream Decker. For Hoaglandia, thanks for the biddies. Sorry, during games the frame rate drop happens. So that animation is smoother too without the chat up. So maybe the chat's the issue with it. And it doesn't need to be 100 bits. Like even like 50 bits in the smaller amounts of bits were causing a frame rate drop for me on Arena. Chat's always the issue, right? So we'll play Compass here, because Compass, once we have that in play, it's going to guarantee that we hit the rest of our land drops. Yeah, I wonder if the issue is actually, I think that might be the problem, is the bit animation in the on-screen chat widget. Yes, yeah, this deck's been played a few times over the last little while here. Well, that's incredibly awkward for us. Well, this gives them hexproof notably, and this targets the player, so I cannot settle the wreckage. I can, however, Deafening Clarion, so let's do that. So each different element inside of OBS isn't its own process. Orotype is the issue. Yeah, remember when this was a seal away? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I have a really high-end i7. Testing, some more testing. Thanks, SCTR. Yeah, I think we map plus Revitalize trying to fight a sweeper. Like I don't have a bad processor. I have a i7 8700, which is like a 12-core CPU. It's just like a lot of times browser-based things don't use multiple cores on a CPU. And thank you for the absurd biddies, SCTR. Stop it. I like all the people who like know less about computers than I do trying to tell me that my computer's not good enough and which parts of it are broken. I appreciate you trying, but you're wrong. I should have scryed during my upkeep. Wouldn't have mattered. So Shalai was pretty backbreaking there. The sound when people cheer bits. Oh, you guys are hearing the sound? You shouldn't hear the sound. I also tried downscaling the resolution of the alerts to make that, to see if that was the issue too. That doesn't appear. I guess maybe that could be it too. You haven't poured enough water into your computer case because it's hot. I think you might be onto something with that one. I'm a computer doctor with a law degree. God bless. Let me turn off the sound from the bits. There should not be a sound. I guess let's just make it quiet. A small sound is probably not bad. I'd like to play first. Going to Mulligan. Can a mod make a command for the chat? Because I'm sure that's going to be a question that's going to come up today. So the compass lets us... The compass lets us hit all of our land drops here. Now, and this is like control deck 101 basically, right? Like last game they had Shalai, we had Settle the Wreckage and it was awkward. This game they have a Danto Vanguard. We have things to kill that can't kill a Danto Vanguard. Just like how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Yeah, we can make 1/1s to get in the way, so we've got that going for us. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Chef Seth. Thanks for the biddies, everyone, by the way. Especially the huge one there from a CTR. What do I want to do here? Yeah, do I Dawn of Hope and just get that going? I could Dawn of Hope plus Fight with Fire the Tecatli Honor Guard. Yeah, I think that's the play. And like, this pays 4 to gain 1 plus deal 4 to them, basically, because the Adanto Vanguard's gonna have to pay health. Second Adanto, yep. I mean, we care about the Tecatli to a degree. It's gonna eventually stack up and end up killing me. The Haphazard Bombardment targeting the Adanto Vanguards is kind of funny, right? I think I'm actually gonna do this. Yeah, they have to pay life before it chooses, because once they choose, it's too late. I would like to remind the chat that people have told me this game has much less variance than Hearthstone. Tribunal isn't a legal target for Haphazard Bombardment. Is the reason why I did not pick Tribunal there. That was a phenomenal draw. Actually the best draw in our deck. Yeah, guard this, Danto. Get out of here. The Spire checks the Phoenix nicely. Do I kill their land tier? I think I kill their land inside of combat. Because I don't want them to play another Phoenix. Do I want all my seal-aways? Do I want all of my seal-aways? Deckmaster isn't working. Just all the things today. Just mono. Let's reload Deckmaster. Hey Adam, thank you for the Twitch Prime support there. I appreciate that. Squibfish, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Thank you for your Bezo bucks this way this month. I think I want the seal-aways. Trim another Revitalize. That's fine. Is the noise on the subs and the bits still loud? Or did it get quieter? It should be quieter. It's very loud. I'm just gonna put it to 0 and see if that does it. Oh, technology. Sorry, we're usually more professional than this, but some things I just can't test off stream. Alright, it's not a big deal. I've got Deafening Clarion in my hand already. Wouldn't this deck suffer from getting Unmoored Ego boarded against it? Yeah, technically. My tier 2 deck loses to your unplayable card, sure. If you care about getting Unmoored Ego'd, you should not play this deck. Or you should put a second win con in it. I agree with your assessment. I think I'm just supposed to Nova and kill both knights here. I really don't want to take 8 next turn. Welcome to Thunderdome. Nah, because I think this is better for me, right? Because, like, they can just, like, attack me for 4, but then they just, like, have a 2/2 left over, and I really don't care about their 2/2, right? This archetype should be called the Janitor. It does like to clean up. Come on, would a Janitor have an animation that beautiful? Let's be honest. Sure. Really want to draw an untapped land here so I can Star of Extinction. Haphazard Bombardment. Yep, deal. As someone who's worked as a janitor for many years during grad school and undergrad, doing janitorial work is not a beautiful job. I guess your end result can be pretty. What you start with often isn't pretty though. This game's probably over because I get to do this. They save the Adanto Vanguard, then they lose another land. Because as we learned yesterday, Haphazard Bombardment actually won't pick an indestructible thing. I guess we could technically die to this Adanto Vanguard over the course of the next couple turns. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to the Vanguard. Because then next turn I can actually kick this and they're going to die, right? Because next turn I have 9 and I kick Fight with Fire and kill them. This deck is so funny. The way this deck wins games is just hilarious. Just like every game you're just like, man, lol. And Bombardment can't pick an indestructible card, so it just destroys the land here, guaranteed. So they need land burn spell here to kill us. And I have exactly 9 lands in play, right? No, not picking indestructible is a feature. Read the Gatherer rulings for the card. Poor Adanto Vanguard. I want the perfects. The cheeky kill you with nothing in play. That was great. That was pretty great. So, after playing that there, I think I'm actually just gonna cut these Settle the Wreckages. I'm gonna put 2, the Revitalizes seem sweet. I'm gonna put 2 Seal-Aways back in though. I'm gonna put this extra history in the board. I'm gonna put an extra Excellence Binding in the board. We're still trying to get an exact feel for how we want to be able to win with this deck and what we want the configuration to be. We started with one of Ali Andrazi's lists. I've been kind of tuning it from there. Let me update the Stream Decker. This is I think it's like our 3rd day in a row playing this, right? Kind of. We didn't play it Sunday technically, but we played it today, yesterday, and Saturday night. Sadness isn't the only win cut after all, right? I think the chat widget on the screen is what was causing my frame drop issue when bits happen, which is so weird. I would have guessed it would have been the full animation, but I guess however the chat widget's rendering the bit animation is more work. I'm gonna bottom that, looking for a cheaper sweeper. How do you feel about a True Fire? I think it's just playing a bad card. Oh, is Deckmaster working? Sweet. Restarting Deckmaster did it. Once more into the breach. Also, almost time for my Glandia birthday. Vix T, thanks for the 11 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. I do use Streamlabs, the Laughing Man. That is whose widget I was using. Sure, the fountains definitely gain more life. That's just true. But the fountains also don't gain life and draw a card immediately. The Revitalizes help us see more of our deck more consistently, which is ideal, I think. Helps us get to the cards we care about faster. How do we feel as viewers about no chat on screen? I personally generally like chat on screen when I'm watching things because, especially I watch on Chromecast a lot, but less clutter on the screen is nice. The chat on screen is also good for the YouTube archives. Yeah, I like it. I like it for the YouTube. I'm gonna leave it off just to like make sure. I'll probably turn it on for the second deck. I just want to make sure that the frame rate drop is related to that. So that way I can report good information. Turkin, Duncan, thank you for the 10-month resub. Use this to dump burn in the queue. Will do. I appreciate the very generous tier 3 sub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. The deck overlay has been active every day this week. It's active right now. If you're talking about the overlay that shows the deck list, that's located on the left side of the screen now as opposed to the right side previously. Oh, we randomized Bombardment on paper. Yeah, probably rolling a die. All right, I put chat back up. Y'all are right. Theater mode doesn't exist on YouTube, and it doesn't exist on the Chromecast. That was a good draw. Don't spell pierce me, please. Ionize. That's interesting. Good one to know about. Bring in a bunch of spot removal. I'm gonna trim Fountain of Renewal. I'm gonna trim an Immortal Sun here. I think I'm just gonna trim... Oh, Deafening Clarion's rancid. It's an easy cut. Perfect. Maybe the Banefires are worth bringing in. Yeah, I agree. The mobile app too. And I know the mobile app can do it, but then on the mobile app you have to shrink the screen. Once we get into a game... and there's like cards being played and stuff, can one of my regulars who always cheers bits anyways because they're awesome cheer some bits once we're in game and there's stuff going on to see if it causes the frame rate drop? Marty doling out the pile of sub gifties. Welcome. If you are watching, this is to do with something else. If you were watching while we were streaming Magic Online and you stayed through to the arena segment, you might have to refresh your browser for the browser extension to start working. Those of you who are new subs, please pick up your shovels and report to the Hoaglandia mines. The peasants exist there. Multiple copies of Niv on 21. Yep. Yeah, look at it. It just all slows down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the, Yeah, thank you for the bits, folks. I appreciate it. I appreciate the debug. Yeah, I think that's the cause of the frame rate drop and not the animation. Weird. Does this break anything? SCTR, you're absurd, just so you know. We have to mine with the shovels. I guess you could dig fields, too. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna write that down as problem solved. The small bits of frame drop aren't a big deal on a TCG, but I'll report that to the Streamlabs folks so they get that fixed, hopefully. Or give people who want to a checkbox so it doesn't cause a drop. It's a long con to get bits. These subs can go towards memekin with like the stage when it comes out. Sounds good, Marty. And thank you for the biddies, everyone. Yeah, because like that animation is smooth when there's not bits in chat. I just assumed it was the animation doing it and not the chat log, but it's definitely the chat box. And the sound's still there, isn't it? All right, I need to message my Streamlabs dude. So when we hit 12 months, we're giving you Swords to Plowshares? Yeah, in a way. I think I'm bottoming that for now. I wanted a way to deal with this, like a seal away or something like that. Bathroom bits, thanks Steel Drox. All right, that'll do pig. They do have like Ionize in their deck and stuff like that too, though. So this might not do. Yep. GRN Machine with the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I really appreciate it. So here's kind of an interesting question. Do I want to activate this map, which guaranteed flips, or do I want to activate this one so I can flip both of them next turn? I think I want to activate this one so I can untap with 6 lands. Because this gives me an extra land here, too. My body is ready to get ionized again and die. We do get to play through Spell Pierce here, which is nice. Wow, was not expecting that to resolve. 4-0 my last 2 FNM with Blue-Black Pirates. I only had 1 game loss over the 2 weekends. Everyone at LGS is looking at this tempo god who appeared out of nowhere. Nice. Bantfog with the new set is going to be borderline terrifying. Actually crack a treasure here first. This deck does have some of the best animations in Arena, you're not wrong. Let's make sure we leave white up so we can revitalize here. Growth Spiral is going to make Bantfog pretty terrifying, I think. Yeah, there'll probably be a few changes I'd make to that deck. Need to wait and see and get the whole spoiler though. I actually wouldn't mind finding Star of Extinction would be a good draw here, right? Probably gonna scry to that. Nearly 24 months in Hoaglandia. Best be getting the party for our anniversary ready. Thank you for the 23 bulletproof Pope. Welcome back. That'll also do. Compass is a great draw here because it's going to flip over and then be soft removal. This card's just been really... I really just love the design of all the flip cards. Like, so many of the flip cards are just such elegant designs to me. They're really fantastically done. Yes, yeah, we added 4 Revitalize today to try Endo Crisis, so we're trying a couple different things out. The mono red matchup seemed hard, and this is like a card that could help that matchup while not really hurting much else. Because obviously it replaces itself. Yeah, we are getting close to cutting them off blue, for sure. Keeping them off their 3rd blue is also valuable, because it means Niv Mizzet's not castable for them. Oh, they're a Phoenix deck. I didn't realize they were a Phoenix deck. Awkward. I don't have a 1-to-1 change list. I'd encourage you to compare the deck list on screen now with the deck list we played yesterday. Star of Extinction sounds great. So I think we're so far ahead at this point that the only way we lose is getting burned out. So I'm actually gonna drop 2 of these treasure tokens here to play this Compass, just so if they put the Phoenix into play next turn, it doesn't hit us. I think the 2 cards we could potentially get from those later is worth less than, like, potentially getting hit. You mean, by land ability, do you mean activating Arc? I chose to play the Star because I wanted to try and cut them off of blue mana, potentially. I should have left white mana up here. I technically have white mana up with the treasures, but not really. Oh, the Memorial. Yeah, that was loose. I should have used the Memorial because I forgot about it is the answer. That's why details are important. You're right. I should have used the Memorial instead of casting the spell from my hand. I agree with your assessment. All the pips are real tiny down here. We're super far ahead at the moment. Take them off blue here. Play this Dawn of Hope out. Pass the turn. Throw these at Soul type mid range in the queue. Will do, Togabogle. Thank you for the biddies. For modern Soul type mid range or standard Soul type mid range, I don't actually know if there's more than one. Vox Pop, thank you very much for the Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Do I want these Banefires? I don't think so. I think I like the rest of the cards I have more. Yeah, I'm gonna run it back. Thank you very much for the Bezo Bucks Pop. Hope you're having a good Tuesday wherever you're at in the world. I mean, it's not really a weird concede. We're like super far ahead there. Their chances of winning that game are really low. How does the streamer event work for deck selection? I'm just gonna play decks out of the queue for the streamer event. Sand just doesn't do anything, right? Just gets run over. And does fight with fire. It's possible I should bottom that looking for one of our 2-mana artifacts like Map or Compass. Can I donate for a deck even though we don't have full spoilers? I'm not accepting specific deck list donations until we have a full spoiler. I am currently accepting build around decks or updates to existing deck lists. So if you look at the queue, there's a new standard section in the queue, and it is decks people have put in there that are either a build around for a specific card that's been spoiled, or hey, update this previously existing idea. I have no idea, D20 Bandit. I can't see the future. Huh. I think I'm gonna fight with fire this. Just like not let them get a bunch of velocity going. Plus, since I got a bunch of other sweepers in my hand. Hey, what's going on, JMP? Yeah, this one's pretty unique. It's been a hot second, Shannon. Happy New Year and thank you for the 26 months. Hope 2019 is finding you well. Welcome back. This deck doesn't play Lava Coil. We're playing 4 copies of Seal Away because Seal Away is better against the Danto Vanguard, which can be annoying for us. I don't need to full control mode to bluff Settle because I have Dawn of Hope, which gives me priority at every point. The ability to mouse over cards almost always been there with Standard. It's one of the many awesome things about Arena. I think it's been a bit, but I've had these thrown around. Keep up the great entertainment. Thank you, D20 Bandit. Hope you're having a good one. I would like a land, please. All right. All I had to do was ask nicely, see? They could have Spell Pierce here. Or not. I didn't attack with my token because if they had Spell Pierce, I wanted the token back to block a 2/2. That's why I chose the sequence the way I did. We're still a little bit behind though. We're missing land drops and they have a Phoenix in the bin and I don't have a way to exile it in sight, so... And our health total's a bit low. Probably dead. Their hand's pretty full. Is there ever a bitch we can cheer to watch you eat meat? There is not. Yeah, they're probably dead here. A little bit too much fumble and bumble. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Thanks for dropping in here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland, if you're not familiar. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you find yourself enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. That's subscribing. You can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors. Love to help you get that close, clean shave. Using code Jeff Hoagland, you can save $5 on your brand new starter kit with them. Neo provides wonderful candy-flavored protein bars using code Hoagland at bit.ly/Hoaglebar. Bar. You can save 10% on your orders there with them. That's right, these commercials are not pre-recorded. We fumble in real time. Hurley Burley Studio.com does wonderful professional Magic the Gathering altars. You can do border extensions like my wonderful basics here, full art replacements, all sorts of other fantastic stuff. And you can see a great selection of high resolution pictures at hurleyburleystudio.com and save 10% on all of your purchases there with them. And of course, my altars are protected by none other than my BCW Elite Guard sleeves. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on your orders of sleeves, deck boxes, binders, and all sorts of other fantastic supplies there with them. We're some kind of record with this land destruction deck. We're testing out some Revitalizes today. This has been a fan favorite of sorts for the last week since we started on Saturday night. We're giving it a try here. Does BCW advocate playing Gristlebrand Reanimator? Yes, definitely. I've actually met Rich, who is my rep with them, and he's definitely played Gristlebrand before. He's a fan/friend of the stream, which is part of the reason why they're a sponsor. They reached out. They're good folks. It will only bother me if ranked is not part of best of 3 when they announce the final iteration of ranked. This current ranked season is a pre-season. It's not the final season. It's not giving you any meaningful prizes. It's their first time trying to figure out how they want their whole system to work. So the fact that this current season is pre-season, is best of 1 only, really isn't a big deal. The only people who think it's a big deal are people who probably aren't really thinking about it or are trying to create some kind of panic surrounding it. Wolfie, thanks for gifting that sub there. I appreciate that. This is a pre-release product that is feature incomplete in many ways. I got you, J-Robes. Hey, Carthaz, thank you very much for the Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. I'm gonna keep my health total high and kill this dead. But from the recent GP, yes, all competitive Magic is moving to best of 1. Didn't you see the recent Grand Prix finals? Duh. The recent Grand Prix finals was a test by Wizards of the Coast to see how Magic players feel about best of 1 being implemented at the highest levels. That's obviously what happened. Duh. Jeez, can't you folks read between the lines? Goes the night. Magic Fest. All right, let the slow grind begin, chat. And by slow grind, I mean I'm gonna draw cards with Arc here. A player in the finals of the recent Grand Prix conceded after the first game because he was felt behind in the matchup and he had a flight to catch that he couldn't reschedule because he had to be at work or somewhere in the morning because they were an adult with a real job or commitments, you know. Real people can't just play Magic all the time, right? Like there's commitments and stuff that you can't get out of that you need to be there and be responsible for. Opponent Hoagland. Yeah, honestly, I'm a little bit offended because that person's obviously coming for my title of fastest concession in Magic. How am I supposed to compete with the finals concession of a Grand Prix? I just play games on the internet. I can't compete with that. It's completely unrealistic standard. Ooh, bombardment. It's exciting. Yay, stops that don't matter. Whose stop is it anyways? Nobody knows. Stop trying to tap my spires. Before anybody asks, I didn't target their enchantment because Haphazard can't target an enchantment. Because this idea that because you're willing to gamble, it's a more competitive field is nonsense bullshit. Sorry, I'm trying not to swear on stream to make the content more accessible to folks that watch with kids. Need to watch that. There's this idea that because you're willing to gamble, you're automatically more competitive that is just like patently incorrect and not provable. There are plenty of people who are terrible at Magic who have plenty of money and don't mind gambling. So, no, it's not automatically more competitive because there's an entry fee. I just want to play meaningful games of Magic, and I want to be able to change the deck that I'm playing in between matches. So that way we can try and iterate and make improvements. I have a full arena collection thanks to the most powerful card in Magic, my credit card. So I don't really care if you reckon waiting to build new decks until set drop? Yeah, that's probably the smart thing to do. Things are going to change a little bit, and even existing decks will probably get some easy upgrades. So now that they have 3 creatures, so sweepers plus the spires is really just such a disgusting combo, because like now that they finally have enough creatures to attack through the spires, I'll sweep their board again. Yeah, you're technically correct. It doesn't target. Nobody cares. I get it. You're a Magic player and you're technically correct. Not even gonna let me show them the next bombardment, but I wanted to kill all your lands, opponent. How am I supposed to kill all their lands if they concede, chat? That's just, I don't care about your opinion. Don't come in here and put your opinion on the table like it's a fact. That's the worst part about the internet, when people come in here and say, well, you're wrong because I think. I don't care what you think. Give me facts. Give me data. Tell me what you know based on empirical evidence. Don't tell me you think people are less likely to play competitive decks. That's nonsense. How about this for an I think in the other direction? And I think in the other direction, I think there's a lot of people playing in the competitive events with decks that are partially complete because they're trying to earn prizes so they can complete their deck. I think at the end of the day, I've seen people playing good decks and incomplete decks in both the unranked queue and the competitive queue where you pay money to enter. I think 1,000 gold to most people is basically meaningless and isn't making anybody play anything more serious. I've met people that have flown across the country and spent hundreds of dollars to play terrible decks because they're having fun playing it. This idea that the deck or the player are automatically more competitive because there's money involved is just horse poop. Just nonsense. Unholy Frog, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this month and keeping me employed. All right, so if I had hit my 3rd land this turn, I would play the Thaumatic Compass, because then the Compass would get me the rest of my lands. But because I've missed my land drop, I'm playing the Treasure Map, so that way I can scry during my upkeep to try and hit it next turn. I think Magic the Gathering permanently banning repeat cheaters is something that's incredibly good for the game. It sends the message to players that if you're going to steal from other players in Magic tournaments by cheating them, there's going to be lasting repercussions. I believe in second chances, and I believe people can change, but at the point where you're giving people 3rd, 4th, 5th chances, at a certain point you just gotta write some folks off. At a certain point, you gotta cut your losses. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just Clarion to kill one of their things here, because we're getting kind of low, right? honestly, at the end of the day, the crap logic that people often parrot from all over the place, which is if you're gambling, then the players and the skill level must be higher. I think those are just people that want to tell themselves that because they're trying really hard to justify to themselves personally that it's worth gambling. They're trying to say, hey, I should spend money because I can only get a good experience if I spend money. They're trying to justify that expense to themselves. All right, this game is over. I mean, I don't think gamblers have to be stupid. Gambling is fun. People enjoy gambling. I enjoy gambling on occasion. But to say that if you're gambling, then there's more skill, that's the part that I have a problem with. That's the part where I go, well, I think you're not quite thinking about this. Get some lands here. It may be if you're gambling, there's a higher chance your opponent's going to try hard. Maybe, but you don't. You have data to back that up. Oh, I have to choose 4. That's lame. I didn't realize I had to choose 4. All right, I guess. I don't want to kill their creature. Been a long time in the making. I quit Magic for a while because Modern was too expensive. You got me back into Magic with your arena content. Please keep triple stone rating people. Yep. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, Panza. I haven't seen anybody reasonable advocate for permanently banning someone who's cheated the first time. I think the first time you get caught point blank cheating should be at least a 3-year ban, though. I think in order for personal growth to happen, I don't think a year is enough for a lot of people. Like, people do stupid things, especially when they're kids. Someone at, 20, 22, whatever, is going to be a different person who they are at 25 and 30, right? Like, sure, let them come back and play more Magic once they've changed. I advocate a permanent ban. Easy mulligan on the Hearthstone hand. This hand's got 2 tapped lands, but it gets a scry, and it's got a Revitalize to cantrip, so we're pretty likely to another 3rd land. That's also true. The first time someone gets caught cheating is likely not the first time they've cheated. That's an interesting question. Is it do you treat premeditated cheating versus cheats of opportunity different? Perfect. How much longer am I playing this deck for? Probably 1 or 2 more matches. Alright, deck full of 1-mana 1/1s, probably okay. Sure, but I would like to record reflect again, and this is why I hate the whole cheating topics. A lot of people don't understand this. You can't accidentally cheat in a match of Magic. This is something, especially people that are new to Arena, that this is confusing for people, I think, coming from other games, especially how cheating is defined in Magic the Gathering in paper is that you have to break a rule and you have to know that you're breaking the rule. So you can't, if someone says they cheated by mistake, they didn't cheat. They made a mistake. Their mistakes happen. Magic's complicated. There's a lot going on to keep track of. People make mistakes all the time because they're just not paying attention. Cheating means there's a rule and you know you're breaking that rule. Yeah, sure, Schuller, but like, you're talking like, is there a big difference between a $1 tournament and a free tournament? And like poker tournaments, things like MMR don't exist. And like here on Arena especially, there's matchmaking rating to consider too, which comes with the, is this a meaningful game? That's not cheating, Fight, unless you knew what you were doing. If you knew that you weren't supposed to be casting that card, then you're cheating. But if you didn't know and you just weren't paying attention, that's just a mistake in being careless. The intention is what matters. I don't know what they're doing. Their hand must just be a bunch of lands, right? I'm so glad that drawing extra cards isn't a game loss anymore. That's such a feel-bad rule. They just fixed it in a way that makes sense now. They could have a bunch of Gultas, that's true. Well, J-Robes, you have a sword now, J-Robes, so if you request a timeout, I personally have to catch it. Mods can't time out other mods, so I caught you this time. I guess I'm just gonna trip Stone Rain them here. I guess this is all we could do. Your opponent basically gets to Thoughtseize you if you draw extra cards by mistake and if they touch your hand. Obviously, if you do it intentionally, it's cheating and there's investigation and stuff like that, but if it's a mistake, they Thoughtseize you basically. They take a card out of your hand and shuffle it back into your deck. Both the punt command and the timeout command allow you to time yourself out in chat. Can we Stone Rain a flooded opponent out of the game? Find out next time. I think the no sounds on alerts are good, S1. I think it just took a second to apply. Maybe double check. Yeah, I want no sounds on all the alerts though. Also, I'll message you on Discord later, but I'm pretty sure it's the bit animation in the chat widget that's causing my frame rate drop. Yeah. Honestly, especially as far as like ladder matches are concerned, ladders are definitely where you have to like spend time working to get to a certain point, are generally speaking, in my opinion, more competitive than not, because like with an entry fee, anybody can pay for an entry fee, right? Whereas like if you're on a thing you have to earn, not anybody can just show up and have it. So I'm looking for more bombardment so we can kill more lands here, because obviously that's all we want to do in life is kill more lands. This is definitely a fan favorite. If we weren't so close to the next set releasing, I would definitely put this on my website. But with the new set releasing soon, I'm going to wait till the new set releases and do some updates to it with new cards before we do that. The intention is what matters. Again, there are a lot of people, I keep saying that intention matters, and people keep asking me questions, not understanding that the intent matters. And like, obviously you can't know intent. That's why judges talk to people. This stupid stop is so bad. I like how I say something and then I repeat myself and then someone gets upset. Well, they don't know. It's like, well, I just said that. I'm saying I just said that thing and then you're asking the same thing again. That's the point. Part of the problem with playing this deck is there's a lot of people that don't understand when they're super dead. Because this game's definitely unwinnable for the opponent, but we're not gonna kill them for a while here. We're kind of looking for Crucible of Worlds at this point. Crucibles and Haphazard Bombardments are the things we're looking for. I guess I could take Dawn of Hope and start killing them. It's a real travesty when you have to start winning the game with this deck, though. Yeah, any mid-range creature deck, I agree, is like a slam dunk for you. I think with the Revitalizes, our aggro matchup's getting better, too. Mono red felt close but not unwinnable yesterday, and with 4 Revitalize, it might push it more in our favor. Clarion's also good too. There's a lot of aggro decks that like a key Clarion early can get things done. Sure, I agree with that, Rich. But it doesn't change the fact that like you can't say something's always cheating without trying to investigate intent. The people have spoken and they love blowing up lands, believe it or not. I don't know what a deck looks like with the Black Splash. You'd have to look at the blacklist and then look at this deck list, which is on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. Yes, yeah, there's a lot of people who don't understand that like games of Magic are over long before your health total hits 0 a lot of the time. A lot of people would be a lot happier, especially against control, if they knew when to concede. All right. Well, our opponent's got a lot of lands here. We'll slowly work our way through those. People who hear 1 is not 0 and take it to mean never concede aren't taking away from that saying what you're supposed to be. I don't believe we've gone past Crucible yet. One is not 0, but sometimes you're at 20 and you're dead. That's a good full description of that. There's similar archetypes in Standard. Yeah, blue-black Pirates is a tempo deck that's pretty similar to Fairies. You can find that one on my website. We've played it a whole bunch on stream. I think I'm just supposed to be attacked. I'm just gonna kill them at this point. As sad as it is, I'm just gonna decline drawing cards and end the game. It's very sad, I know, but I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to draw cards, and we're just supposed to activate the Stone of Hope and attack them. If drawing cards is the best feeling in Magic, that means discarding cards is the worst feeling. All right, they understand that the game has ended. God bless. Extra sealaways sound good for dealing with their large creatures. Invoke the Divine and Ixalan's Binding honestly might not be terrible. There's going to be a lot of 2 and 3 color aggro decks with the new format. 12 shock mana bases, 10 shock formats are really kind to multicolor aggro. There's a deck list on your screen. You can type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. I'd encourage you to look at it because the Fountain of Renewals are in my main deck. If they play out something, if they play out Branchwood Armor this turn, I guess I have invoked the Divine to clear it up, so it's really not that big of a deal. That's pretty tough. It's a little bit big, and I can't chump it with these tokens, which sucks. Clean this up. Oh, that's brutal. We're gonna die real fast here. If one shot to draw a Cleansing Nova here. Some big boys. Invoke the Divine coming in hot here. Means we're not dead. The fact that we gained life there means Seal Away also keeps us alive. Oh, alrighty, on to the next one. Wonder if I want some Ixalan's Bindings. I probably want Fight with Fire. If I want to kill 5/4s. History of Benalia's for the control matchup. For when all of your sweepers are bad. You need a bunch of cards to bring in for when your sweepers aren't great. Hand's fine. I guess if they're aggressive, this hand's not good. I'll probably play Treasure Map on 2 to get scrying, looking for a sweeper. It depends on what their start looks like. Compass hitting all my land drops is pretty valuable too. Let's go to our first draw. If I draw a land on 2, I'll probably play Map because I'm guaranteed 4 lands. If I don't draw land on 2, I'll probably play Compass so we can try and guarantee our lands from there on out. The third bombardment is not really what we're looking for. Fast Steel Leaf Champion again is brutal. We got 6 answers to it. We've got 4 Sealaways and and 2 Fight with Fires. Yeah, we might just die here. I'm not going to scry our map keep because I like to draw a 5-mana sweeper. Easy game. Don't try this at home, folks. Trade professional, etc., etc. Magic's easy when you have all the things. Just gotta ask very nicely. Listen, if you play to your outs, you hit them sometimes. Top tip cleansing Nova is why I subbed. Over the weekend, Tempo Storm announced that they are adding a Magic the Gathering branch to their streaming and esports teams, and myself, Caleb Durward, MTG Nerd Girl, are their inaugural MTG members. So with them comes a bunch of sponsorships with NVIDIA, Red Bull, DX Racer, and others. Get that! Had 2 of them right in a row. Deckmaster looks to be reporting correctly here. So one of the upsides to nice Destructil. Harry's is good stuff. They offer a good product. One of the upsides to doing more standard stuff is that decks get to the top of the queue faster. So if you want to see something right away in standard, it's much cheaper than seeing something right away in modern. Think like today, for instance, after today's stream is done, if you wanted to see something in standard guaranteed tomorrow, it looks like a $23 tip would get you to the top of the standard queue. Yeah, this game is over. Thank you, opponent, for playing the 4th land so we could bombardment. It's funny because it's true. Hey, Miss Bix, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting my content with that. The chat has never been on the right side of my screen, and putting it on the right side of the screen doesn't make sense because that's where the stack goes, whereas this space on the left side of the screen is primarily empty space on Magic Arena. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do that. There was a hot second this morning where I was trying to debug where a frame rate drop was coming from, where I had no chat on screen. So, Crucible plus Memorial Tour means we get to Stone Rain them every single turn now for the rest of the game. JMP with the $23 tip. Run back red white land destruction tomorrow in. What deck is I'm most excited to try out this season? I don't know yet. We need a full spoiler. I am excited to try out blue white tempo. Blue white tempo looks like it's gonna be sweet. Yes, the deck list button was previously on the right side of the screen forever ago. Chat is on the right in MTGO. That's true. That's true. What do you think about the white splash for Clarion and Drakes? It seems sweet. You also get to play Revitalize off the white splash, which is great. Keep in mind, I am going to be off Thursday. Christy and I are closing on a new house Thursday morning, so I'm going to be taking the day off so we can do the final walkthrough, sign the papers, and get some stuff started moving over. Hopefully get internet installed too. Yay, fiber. Esper? Yeah, maybe. I haven't started building anything, so we just like don't know what the new set's gonna contain. I don't start building deck lists until I have a full spoiler. Will we get a Hoogle tour of the new house? Maybe. The problem with doing a tour is reverse image searches online are really powerful these days, and it's possible, it makes it easier for people to find your address if they like reverse image search the inside of your house versus realtor photos. No, standard decks on Magic Arena are $10. You can find the details on all of my deck submission process here. Basically, it scales up as the formats get older. It's $10 for standard, $25 for modern, and $50 for legacy. Just try and balance out how popular the formats are earned. The opponent might be having connection issues here. The studio's actually not getting built till this summer, and once we get the studio done, I'll definitely give a tour of that. I'm excited for the studio. There is an unfinished room in the basement of the new house that it's going to get finished into a professional studio space for myself. Where I stream from until then, there's a finished room that the rest of the basement's already finished, including a bedroom down there. So I'm gonna set my stuff up in the bedroom down there, which will still be better than this because it'll be a smaller room, have less space for sound to bounce off of. I can hang a little bit of stuff up instead of just being a big open echo chamber like this is. What's going on, Maddie? Good morning. In the temporary room, I believe so, Jekyll Girl. In the studio room, we're gonna finish the walls with sound deadening stuff. I'm undecided on indie. If we break standard on stream, maybe I'll go to indie, but my current plans are to not go to indie. All right, who's excited for them to have no permanence in play? I know I am. This is why you should play this deck. If you want it to be like turn 12 and have your opponent have no permanence in play, that's why you should play this deck. Let's play one more with this one. This one's too good to not play one more with. And then we'll move along. We've got what's the next one today? We've got Mono Black Banefire up after this one. Thanks, little Tommy. Happy birthday to you. Well, this matchup's hard for us but Seal Away into Deafening Clarion is definitely one of our better starts. What's going on, tapped lands? Wow. All right. Well, I was not expecting that to work. We might be dead anyways here because Tempest should. Right, J-Roads? Just gonna go ahead and 1-for-1 this. People love doing things to others that they hate having happen to them. That's just, I think that's just like part of the human experience for a lot of folks. All right. Did they finally draw the Spell Pierce? Ah, they finally drew the counter. We were gonna have to get lucky and kill the Tempest Shin. Rats. All right, let's get some more Seal Aways and some Fight with Fires in my deck. Might be a quick last game. I don't think I want these. They're a little expensive for what they do in the matchup. I guess these are also incredibly expensive though, and they're worse. Why else would we need the golden rule if it didn't fight fundamental human nature? That's fair. Fair assessment. Hand's fine. If this hand hits a third land, it hits the rest of the lands thanks to Compass, so... Killing your opponent with their own Niv Mizzet is just like one of the best feelings in Magic. You're just like, yeah, let me gain a bunch of life, shall we? I'm actually gonna play this out since we hit the third land and it's tapped, so that way I can Deafening Clarion on 3. This mono blue player is incredibly unlucky. Just like 2 games in a row didn't have it. Probably the most meaningful subscription yet. Thank you for the 2-month resub, Nuka. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good Tuesday wherever you're at. If we hit the land naturally, I'll probably play a sweeper. If we miss on the land, I'm gonna activate the Compass and just leave their 2 power in play, I think. Hitting my land drop is most important. Well, now that they've... Well, that's perfect. Yeah, I have the Fight with Fire to kill a Jhin, so I'm gonna go ahead and just play the Cleansing Nova to be mana efficient here. This also enables me so next turn I can activate Compass plus play Clarion. This is sadly going to be our last game with the Red-White Land Destruction deck for today, but don't worry. It's been donated to be run back first thing again tomorrow, so if you want more land destruction, be sure to show up about, probably like 11:30 or so tomorrow. We'll kick off with it, 11:30, somewhere in there. All right, that's not the land I wanted. What a bunch of degenerates. Well, people love Ponza in Modern. It's just not good. In fact, the fact that Ponza gets played in Modern is a testament that people like it, because the deck is dog poop in Modern, and people play it anyways. I am in the central time zone. How much do you mean to play this for a whole stream? I don't really want to play it for a whole stream. So I think I have about as many standard decks as we need to fill out. I don't want to take too many more standard decks for this current format, because we're going to get the new set soon. How long till these get uploaded to YouTube? My YouTube stuff's actually going to be a little bit delayed today because my OBS keeps crashing with recording local files. Untapped land. All right, if we would have hit an untapped land there, we probably could have played Magic, because I could have fight with fired this, but alas. Keep getting all that fun for yourself. Thank you, Zikta, for the 4-month resub. I appreciate the third of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, the new set is fully spoiled in 3 days, and it releases on Arena in 9 days. Soon-ish. And there's like 20 decks in my queue, which will last me through about that. As far as white-red land destruction is concerned, I think I was pretty happy with the Revitalizes today. It's just like a nice filler card that has like a meaningful effect in gaining us some health against the aggressive deck, and also effectively makes our deck smaller, right? Like, it's a card that makes us basically playing a 56 card deck with a couple more points of health. So I think it was a very reasonable addition. We didn't get to play against mono red while playing it, which is what I would like to try, but I don't know. As opposed to the Fountain of Renewal 2, I don't know, Punishing Waterfalls. I think you would want to play a bunch of games against mono red to figure out what exactly mix of tools you need to be successful there.